Welcome to Jurassic Ark, where we will be spending 100 days raising a D-Rex. That is right, D-Rex is magically in the game thanks to some modding efforts, and we are going to be raising it. The objective is to get a saddle for this D-Rex. We will go through levels 1 to 100 because you need to be level 99 to get that saddle. So basically, it's more of a get to level 100 rather than get to day 100 is the challenge. But as you can see already, the D-Rex can grab things. It is insane, and it's on my side, so that's going to be very helpful. I probably wouldn't have done this video if I didn't have a D-Rex, because, you know, this is more a Jurassic World channel, and you can just see, oh my gosh, it just obliterated it. So it might be a little OP, so I'm not going to use it all the time, but sometimes I feel like it'll come in handy. So, you know, obviously we got to start where every Ark player starts. Well, of course, a bit of exploration, but D-Rex is just going to follow me. There's a bit of shaking. I'll turn off the shaking soon. I just wanted to see how crazy it could get. But yes, we do need to get some wood for some weapons. As you can see, D-Rex, I have put it on aggro, so it's just going crazy, destroying trees. And this poor Carbonemys turtle is going ham on the D-Rex, but it's not doing well. And as you can see, that is a lot of destruction. Look at that. Is that 669,000 damage? Oh my gosh, guys. And this is level 1, by the way. I did decide to name him Dave. So, yeah, have a look at that. Oh, that is fantastic. Although the head, it is a little buggy in some of the animation. But, you know, we love the D-Rex. And he's on our side. Or she. I think it's a she. What better than, you know, have the D-Rex on our side. We'll destroy all of this Jurassic Ark. Just destroyed that Dilophosaurus there. Nothing really stands a chance, but of course you do kind of have to be your own man or woman, in my case a man, and survive the Ark sometimes. So, you know, the D-Rex will just be wandering around a little bit. We won't have it all the time. Our main objective right now, I would say, is probably just to build a tiny little structure, then get a rideable Pteranodon, you know, so we can travel around a bit faster, and build a little enclosure for the D-Rex. It will be a very small enclosure because D-Rex is incredibly huge, and I know that would take a lot of resources. Look, even that Dilophosaurus is scared of me. It's like, oh, I'm not going to mess with you. I know what you did to my brother over there. But yes, we'll start with a little thatch foundation. Keep in mind, you guys, this is my first time playing Ark in years. I haven't played since 2019. The only time I did was for Jurassic stream. I think it was a couple of weeks ago or something. You guys can go check that out. I might leave a link to it in the description if you want to see how I did on my first gameplay. I only spent like an hour in there. In this, I spent like hours on hours getting to level 100. But I've condensed it down to 1 hour, which, by the way, is insane, because I think my longest video is like a 30-minute video, the one I did with the gaming beaver in Minecraft, and I just haven't really done that long since, because unfortunately they don't perform well. But I was like, this is just so awesome, I have to record the whole thing regardless of how it performs, you know. I mean, who wouldn't want to see surviving with the D-Rex, right? Now, obviously, if I could raise the D-Rex from day 1 to 100, I would. You know, I would start out as a baby. But of course, it doesn't really start as a baby. I tried mating them, guys. Hold up. But regardless of that objective not being possible, I figured the next best thing is, well, D-Rex starts out basic, right? That's basically the baby form we have it in now. But then the maxed out form getting the saddle, basically. Because then we can control the D-Rex ourselves and just become unstoppable. Almost. And I do believe there's one other mod I've added, which is apparently the Rebirth T-Rex. So if this video does do good enough, I can promise we will be trying to do 100 days raising a Rebirth T-Rex or something. Trying to get a saddle from what, you know, whatever you guys would like. But I think D-Rex was an excellent way to start this. And if D-Rex doesn't perform well, then D-Rex doesn't perform well. I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, he's making his 50 billionth video on the D-Rex. But I love the D-Rex, what can I say? But anyway, we've got to make narcotics, because to get a Pteranodon, you need tranquilizer arrows, right? And to make tranquilizer arrows, you need narcotics, which comes from narco berries. I'm sure most of you Ark players would know, But for those who aren't Ark players, I'm going to explain. You need spoiled meat, and to do that, you split the meat in your inventory. Or there are some other methods, but basically you combine your spoiled meat with these narco berries, and then you'll get a narcotic, and then you can fuse that narcotic with an arrow to, you know, make the tranquilizer arrows, and we'll be using that to try and tame a Pteranodon, which will prove very difficult. Very difficult. Not too difficult, but it's a very long process that I find will last most of the video, unfortunately. Although we do get a Pteranodon from the start, it's a very iffy process. Anyway, we're making a torch, like a standing torch, because it's really dark inside my little thatch hut. As you can see, you can barely see anything, only the green lit up torch. So we're going to put some wood in there. Thank you, lightning, for kind of lighting up the room. But yeah, I was just reading that. It's like, oh, you need some wood for fuel. Obviously, that makes sense. Of course, proceed, think about it. But yes, let's light up this torch in here. Let's go. There we go. Caveman has created fire. That is exactly what that feels like, you guys. Because, am I the first? I would be the first person in my world, obviously, because it's a single player world. This isn't a multiplayer. This is a single player, so I'm the first one to discover fire, you guys. Of course, that was that lightning that probably started a fire, so maybe the lightning was first to discover. But anyway, me and my Derex, I know it's raining, it's miserable, there's lightning everywhere, there's just so much aura. We have to go out hunting Pteranodons, right? Because there's just like lightning and it's night. It's just such a cool vibe, you know. I like the lightning in this game. It's pretty cool. It's a little like fuzzy looking, I don't know, but you know, I respect it because it looks insane. But anyway, I can hear there's right next to me Pteranodon. How our luck is just insane, you guys. Anyway, gonna dart it, and I didn't realize how strong I was, so it took it out first go. But you're gonna learn that I am still a noob at this. But to become a pro, because that is my name, ProC, you do have to start out as a noob. Unfortunately, you can't be a pro all the time. You have to be a noob to learn to be a pro. That is the thing, you guys. So there you go. Can't always be a pro. But to do that, we're gonna learn through trial and error, and it looks like this worked. The Pteranodon ate my food. So also I was saying it's been a bit of an iffy process. We did do it within what? Below the 8-minute mark of this video, but of course this took me quite a few hours. I have condensed it down a lot. But here we go. I'm wondering, why can't I ride it? And then I remember, of course, the inventory. If I'm too heavy, can't be flying it. But there we go. I've emptied out my inventory a bit. I only got the really necessary things. And now Derex is just going to follow me on my Pteranodon. And that looks really weird. I do agree. I kind of need clothes right now, if anyone was thinking it. Because I've got really big feet, I'm now noticing. And I don't want to look at those. I want some shoes on. So me and my Derex, we're going to just fly around a bit, and then I assume soon we'll probably get some clothes on. But, yeah, so we're just going to head back to base. We're going to try get Derex over there. This is so awesome. We're like, just flying out here. Oh my gosh, this is what we're all building to. Of course, my greed gets the best of me, though. I'm like, oh, what's better than one Pteranodon? 2 Pteranodons. Let's take this one out, you guys. And so I do that. It knocks itself out in the air. And I'm looking at that flying rock. I'm like, why is there a flying rock here? But who knows, you guys. There's a few glitches in Ark every now and then. I did find some in this video, actually. And surprise, surprise, they are Pteranodon related. But regardless of those Pteranodon glitches, let's actually get to trying to feed this one, which is going to go absolutely horribly wrong. I'm telling you right now, do not expect anything of me. If you remember, the Pteranodon I'm riding was the second one, so I lost the first one. I have no idea where it went. It just took off. It was like, oh, I'm done being knocked down. I'm going to fly away. I got really lucky with the Pteranodon I currently have. We're going to mix some things up, and then things are going to start to go a little bit wrong. You'll start to see. Let's hop on the Pteranodon. I think we'll check out the other Pteranodon, and it just did a poo. Okay. Anyway, I'm seeing the Derex is getting attacked. Wow, that's not what you want to do when you want to survive 100 days, specifically with Derex. Of course, it's a Dinosaurs, so we're going to need to take care of that problem, because Derex isn't attacking back. I should have left it on aggro. And unfortunately, that I just made my Pteranodon aggro, and it got killed by the Ceratosaurus. And I can't even get the saddle back from it, which was already a little bit of an annoyance to get. And that's actually a little concerning. I'm more concerned about the saddle than the Pteranodon. But yes, we're gonna go farm some more turtles for the Pteranodon things. And it looks like this was a family, and I'm feeling really bad right at this point right now. But we're going to take out both turtles and they can be together again. But I was just, yeah, I spent that whole time getting Pteranodons, and of course it had to be taken out by a Therizinosaurus because I accidentally got both of them. And then I saw this baby Lystrosaurus with its mama, and I felt incredibly even worse for taking out a family of turtles. So there was that. But anyway, let's make some more trank arrows up in there. And yeah, do you guys like my skin? It's a pretty basic one. It's just a skinny guy with big feet and arms. I don't know why. It kind of looks like a sort of horror cryptid almost. Not too much, because it still looks humanoid, but later on when you see me go into third person at night, it looks a little strange. That thing's strange. Speaking of strange, that thing is strange. What is that? Like it's a mammal. It's either related to like an elephant, the mammoth, or like it's close to Dinotherium, but it isn't. I didn't even look at the name. I should have looked at the name. Now I'm just guessing for no reason. DRX is just ore farming. I thought I kind of lost him before, but he just appeared. Although for some reason it's a little red. I'm not sure if that's because Therizinosaurus attacked him, but it doesn't look like blood marks or attack marks or anything. That might just be because this is a mod though, and so DRX just has weird attack marks on it. I'm guessing that's what that is, but if you look at DRX, it's pretty much almost full HP, so it should be fine. Yeah, me and DRX have made up. I was a little angry at it before. That's probably why it ran off. I was angry that I lost my Pteranodon. But DRX is just going to sit for me now. I don't want a repeat of that situation where DRX starts getting attacked and one of my Pteranodons flies over and decides, oh yeah, I'll step up, and just dies immediately. Shouldn't do that. But yeah, me and my DRX are happy now. We're both friends again. So we're going to get back on with it. I'm going to make that armor for myself. Like I said, I don't want to be running around in my bare shorts, alright? So we'll wait for that armor to get up. And oh my gosh, DRX is just huge. When you look at him, he's just incredible. Yes, we do have a Pteranodon saddle. We will probably be getting one soon. Let's get some shoes on first though, alright? Shout out to anyone who's wearing shoes right now. If you're wearing shoes right now, comment that you're wearing shoes. I don't know why I'd need to know that, but hey, if you're doing that, good for you. I'm not personally wearing shoes, I'm wearing socks. Anyway, this was the glitch I was speaking of. Why is this Pteranodon floating here and I can't do anything? I tranked it like far off in the forest, a little ways over. This Dilophosaurus I also tranked. I wanted to see, is this happening to anything else? Not this Dilophosaurus, so I guess we're going to get a new tame. Most likely. There it is. First thing that pops into my mind, what are we calling you? Johnny Dilophosaurus. There you go. That's what we're calling him, guys. You'll start to notice throughout this video, I give names to creatures regardless of their gender. I do know Johnny is a female Dilophosaurus, and I just called him a him. I do apologize for that. Johnny the she, is my female Dilophosaurus. I will continue to give girl creatures in this video boy names. Do forgive me. I feel like it at the moment. Anyway, I've been spat on by the Dilophosaurus, and I felt like my computer was breaking because I don't know why it was bugging out down the bottom. You can see that's kind of like a glitch screen, but then the acid went away and I was like, oh, I'm all good now. The Dilophosaurus thing is weared off. I don't know why Dilophosaurus was trying to make me think I broke my PC. Anyway, we got this Pegomastax thing, and I decided to call it Hamburger. And but then I realized, oh, it was just a distraction. One was trying to be my friend while the other stole my stuffs. So that guy had to go get put down. But Hamburger was a pretty neat companion, I can't lie. He just stuck around on my shoulder the whole time. He was a loyal one, he stuck around. But anyway, yes, it was time to get another Pteranodon. That's why I was exploring. That's why I got some, you know, new stuff. And I do have a sword now, so that's fun. And a hatchet, all the fun things. But yes, we're going to take down this Pteranodon and hope that we can tame it. Taming does take a little while when you're not on boosted servers, I do realize. And even then, I do think I boosted this a little. I won't lie to you guys, I did want to make the video entertaining. I didn't want to be completely repetitive, because I noticed when I was editing, I was just chopping out a lot of farming footage. It looks like these two are also a family and they have a child. I thought, what if I tame this child? So we called it Junior. I was like, right, but I can't ride Junior because he's a child, obviously. That would be weird. And speaking of babies, there's also a baby Dilophosaurus here. Is this just baby sanctuary? And then I looked at that and it's like, these guys are barely taming. What is happening? This guy isn't even thinger at all. And then I was like, Junior's fully grown up already? What is this? We may as well just use Junior. So I decided to put stim berries in. Now, if you're not sure what stim berries do, they help wake up the animal. It does dehydrate them a bit, but it wakes them up. I wanted to give them a fair fighting chance. I didn't want to tame them anymore, but I didn't want to leave them knocked out because I feel like they would probably just get attacked and eaten by other dinosaurs or creatures, whatnot. And, you know, trying to be a bit wholesome. So we're going to wake up Junior's family, because Junior would be pretty mad at me, I reckon, if he figured out one day his mother and father died at my hands. And then he would probably turn on me and just flip. What is that turtle doing? Anyway, he would flip me off his back because he's like, you killed my family. I'll be like, sorry, Junior. I don't know what I'll do from there. But, time to get a saddle on Junior, I do think. We're going to be riding you soon, Junior. Let's hop on Junior right now. Can we? Yes, we can. Inventory's not too full. Junior's pretty good at carrying. And hopefully we'll continue to level up Junior with stamina and everything, because stamina does play an effect. I don't think I showed off much in this video, but the stamina on the Pteranodons was very low. But of course you have to balance them out. You can't just give them infinite stamina and you can fly around the whole island. That's cheating. Anyway, Junior did get me to this supply crate and got me some stone walls, and it made me realize, you're probably right, Junior. I do need to upgrade my house. I can't just have a thatch house. I know this is single player and no one's going to be raiding me, but for the aura, we need to check out all these things, because we've gotten like all the equipment right now to build a stone structure. So I think we'll go and do that. We'll return home. Look at how huge D-Rex is. I'm going to basically be using it as a beacon to find my home. Whenever I'm in the vicinity, I can't see my home, but I can see D-Rex. I know if I see Dave the D-Rex, I'll just be flying right there. But now we've got 3, or I guess including me, 4 creatures in our little... Oh, I'm forgetting Hamburger. We've got 5. We've got 5. I forgot Hamburger was on my back right there, but you can see little Hamburger's just always following me around. Anyway, going to be building a stone structure. I'm not too sure what I want to do, but I think we'll try and make it a little nice. It won't just be a cube structure. So we've got that cube there, little foundations, and then we'll just extend out. I'll destroy that wall so that we can go into multiple rooms at a time. Don't you guys worry. Then I realized we were given quarter walls. I'm not too sure why quarter walls are needed. I guess there's tiny little fences, but it's not overly helpful for a house. I guess I'll use them later on, and we'll see if they come in handy. But yes, I figured out how to destroy a wall, so we've done that. And I think, maybe we'll need a window view soon, so we'll probably do that. But there's 1 stone wall, 2 stone walls, 3. Hopefully by the end you guys do like my house. I promise we'll have a fully built house by the end of this. We'll try and get everything we need with D-Rex, try and keep our Pteranodons alive, hopefully. Maybe we'll get more Pteranodons, we'll wait and see. And we'll see what else we can tame, because I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to still do. But right now the primary objective is get a D-Rex saddle. I don't know what we need for a D-Rex saddle. I did want to keep that a mystery until we got the requirements for it, because I felt like it was kind of cheating if I looked it up, right guys? But anyways, what do we want to do throughout this? I think we want to get a smithy to upgrade stuff. I do believe we'll probably need that for a D-Rex saddle anyway. Expand the house, obviously, so it looks nice. Get another Pteranodon too. Get some more tames, I reckon. Of course, build that structure around D-Rex, and then ultimately get that D-Rex saddle. Now, this is my storage box, I'm just now realizing. Like a Minecraft chest, basically, but you will notice this game's slightly more realistic than Minecraft. I would appreciate if there was actually a game made that had all the crafting from Minecraft, but with the more realistic aspects. So, you know, you can have like a D-Rex like in this, but put it in Minecraft, you know, but it's not, because if you do it in Minecraft, a D-Rex mod, it's going to be a blocky D-Rex, right? But if you do it in Ark, it's going to be a realistic D-Rex. The problem with Ark is that I'm just too newbie to remember all these crafting ingredients. I did have to look up stuff a lot of the time, and I felt like that kind of took away from the experience just a tiny bit. Or like, I don't think I need to look up too much, but it was more like, how do I get this specific stuff? Whereas in Minecraft, I feel like everyone just knows how to do everything in Minecraft, right? All the crafting's easy. But yes, as you can see, I've got a little hatchet. That way I think we can get, what, more flint or more stone from the rocks? We'll see. I believe the hatchet gets more of the rocks, the stone, and then this little pickaxe gets more of the flint, I do believe. So we'll see that. But yes, we do need those forges to get metal. I do believe that metal will be required for the derrick saddle. It kind of just makes sense, right? And I assume it would be a lot of it. I'm sure there'll be other resources involved, but I'm not too sure yet. So we'll have to wait and see. And we'll have to see how crazy the metal amount is, because I was expecting something like maybe 800 or whatnot. But we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, we're going to build our D-Rex enclosure. Now, if zoos went and looked at this enclosure, they would probably call me very inhumane, like I get called in my shorts when I eat spiders with my dinosaur toys sometimes. Of course, I do let those spiders live, but I get called inhumane for some reason, even though I'm letting them live. It's like, dude, I'm just getting them out the house, alright? They're not being harmed or anything. But D-Rex in a tight little cramped spot. Actually, now I'm kind of starting to understand how those spiders feel. That must be how the D-Rex is feeling right now. It's getting put into a cramped little spot. But at least no Therizanasauruses will come at it now, right? So I think we're good there. D-Rex is at least safe. At least, hopefully you guys can appreciate me for this. And at the end of the day, it is just a game, so I'm not entirely inhumane. It's just all fun and dandy at the end. But I'm gonna store Johnny in here. We're gonna store Dave. And I assume Junior is probably going to want to come in. But then again, we're going to be using Junior a lot. I feel like Junior's the main... That Dilophosaurus is scared. You scared of my Dave? I don't blame you. I would be running if I were you too. Especially considering what we did to your little brother at the start. But of course we have got Johnny on our team. The good Dilophosaurus. So that's good. And I'm just standing D-Rex up to impose some fear onto that thing. But we're going to move Dave a little bit. See if he can be more comfortable in other positions in this enclosure, because I feel like he's too much up against the wall. And I'm not too sure, but I feel like if he's too much up against the wall, something might attack him, and we don't want to lose Dave. Look how insane that is. I'm so glad I hopped on my Pteranodon right here. This is an amazing view. I'm going to need to grab some thumbnails of this right here, because that is amazing. Hopefully that would be a good thumbnail. I think that is an awesome cinematic to me personally. Just how huge D-Rex is. And because on the ground, you don't get the full picture of what the D-Rex looks like entirely, because you're always looking up. But there on the Pteranodon, you see your size, you see the full D-Rex. It's just amazing. Now, can I jump on the Pteranodon? Can I clutch? I can't. But the Pteranodon still saved me. I would have died if I didn't hit the Pteranodon on the head whilst falling down. So thank you for being there, Junior. But I think once we tame D-Rex, Pteranodon will come in helpful, because I don't want to be jumping off. So if we have Pteranodon just circling around me the entire time, when I feel like getting off the D-Rex, I can probably just jump on the Pteranodon and land on the ground. Because if you look at it, D-Rex is insanely huge. We're not going to be jumping off D-Rex, alright? That's a death sentence waiting to happen. We don't want to do that. But wow, D-Rex just looks amazing. Sitting down, standing up. And this is probably the Jurassic World Alive D-Rex. Because I do believe this mod was made before the Jurassic World Evolution 3 Rebirth DLC came out. So I would expect that to just be D-Rex. But we're going to try and tame a Triceratops, because I know it's pretty basic of me, but Triceratops is my favorite ceratopsian. You can't replace it with Ceratops. I don't know why Jurassic World movies tried to do that. I guess it was Pachyrhinosaurus, and that was kind of made, or it was originally meant to be Pachyrhinosaurus, and that was made popular thanks to the Walking with Dinosaurs movie, I guess. It appeared before then, but, you know, that did help its case. But then people were like, no, it looks more like a Ceratops, because obviously Pachyrhinosaurus doesn't really have that horn on the middle of its snout. But yeah, I just don't think you can replace Triceratops. It's the main ceratopsian. I'm going to be calling it Stud. I do believe it's a female once again, but it looks like a stud. It's a brute, muscly kind of guy. So I'm going to put that on it. I've got a saddle for it. There you go. So we're going to see if we can ride Stud have a look at how excited Stud is. Hopefully we're not too heavy. We're going to make our way back. Junior, you can follow us as well. Don't just stand around here, Junior. I'm not too sure. Are paras helpful in this game, guys? I feel like they might help in foraging for like berries and stuff. And then Trike is good with wood, maybe? And then, what was it? Ankylosaurus is good with metal, but I don't think we'll be coming across any Ankylosaurs too soon. I guess the closest we'll get is like Carbonemys if we want an armored thing. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll tame one of those later on. But my gosh, this guy is pretty slow. I'm so glad I have my Junior, because I would not want to be riding around on this trike the whole time. I guess we'll use him later on for a few foraging things. I'm sure he's saved up a few narco berries. I'm going to put Hamburger down, because I'll feel really bad if Hamburger gets attacked. And yes, I am kidnapping a dodo. I'm going to see, can it live in our little Dave sanctuary with all of his new friends? Our weird little herd like they do in Ice Age, right? You combine a Megalonyx, a Smilodon, and a Mammoth, but it somehow works. You know, that's what this is. Anyway, I was getting a little bored. I was like, why don't we go on a little adventure? Once again, it is raining, and I did want metal just in case I felt like D-Rex would probably use a lot. Figured now would be the time to start grinding up all that metal. I kept looking around, and it was just ominous places. It was like this. It was like, why are there no dinosaurs here? Isn't that more concerning? What is in here that has scared off all the dinosaurs? But then I remembered it's raining down thunder, and I was like, oh, that's probably what scared off the dinosaurs. But anyway, we did find a dinosaur. There was a little Ceratosaurus down here, which was awesome. Kind of. I kind of have a rivalry, with Ceratosaurus after what it did to my previous Pteranodon, but at least we've got a new Pteranodon. So all is kind of fine. I feel like I've been here before, back when I played in 2019, and there was some weird thing that would attack. I don't think it was Caprasuchus. I feel like that's more swamp area, but this place is sort of similar. It might have been like a badger or something. I do see all these Dilophosauruses attacking compies. Not too sure what that's about, but something has caught my eye over here. It looks like a little metal vein. Look at that. What gives me more metal? This. Oh, okay, so the pick gives me way more metal. Okay, good thing we got the pick then. That's all of that. I'm sure that'll be good. And we can still ride Junior. That's all good. We're not taking up too much weight. But I still want to explore. What? Do you guys see those 3 light dots off in the distance? I'm curious what that is. Oh, what's that on the ground? That's a carnivore. I'm interested in that. Can we take it out? What do you guys think? Could we tame it? Oh, or is that a little too greedy of me? Oh, don't you attack my Pteranodon. We're gonna need to... Do you guys reckon that rock is high enough to be safe from attacks? I don't think the Carno can get me from up here. It's obviously Carno. You can tell by the horns. It definitely wants to get me, but I don't think it can. So we're gonna try and dart it. Looks like it's brought a friend. What is that? Looks like a Megaraptor of sorts. Oh, Megalosaurus. I was kind of close. I said raptor instead of saurus. I meant Megalosaurus. Definitely, guys. Definitely. But, what's my Pteranodon doing? Get back. I didn't tell you to get up. Again? And I'm so far away from home, and we just lost our Pteranodon. Things are going to get bad. This Megalosaurus is running away, which is good. I'm not sure where the Carno went. Let's, get that Megaraptor knocked. I'm going to try and see if I can get a new Pteranodon. Oh, here's the Carno. Oh! Yeah, I think it's just time to run. I don't know how far we can get. I feel like the Carnotaurus could easily outspeed me. Is it on my back? I'm too scared to turn around. I feel like I'll just get attacked. Yes, it is following me. Okay, it doesn't seem too fast. So we're going to try and keep up pace and not stop. And just keep running, and hopefully we'll be okay. What is that off in the distance? Is that like an eagle or something? Did they ever add Husked Eagle to this game? I know Argentavis is in it. It's probably Argentavis. Let's be real. But, gonna try and... Maybe we can tame an Argentavis, you know? Would that be better than Pteranodon? Oh, this one's coming for me. Yeah, it's an Argentavis. Let's run. Let's run. We're gonna try and, dart it, though. See if we can knock it out, because I feel like a tamed Argentavis would be cool. It looks very bulky, like it could carry a lot. I feel like that could be very helpful. Although... Would the normal... It's trying to fly away. Okay, I reckon I'm close. Oh, we got it. We got it. But, its friend is on me now, so... I don't really want to trank this one, I just want to take it out. Take too long to trank it again, so hopefully we can just take this guy out without it taking me out. Quite personally, I don't know how I've survived so much. I'm in a dinosaur world, but oh, that's a Smilodon that's just eaten that Argentavi, so that doesn't look like a plan. Can we tame this Smilodon though? Could we get a saddle for it? I feel like we'd need a smithy, and we're not near home, so that could be a problem. It's decided to run off, but it's coming back for more. It wants more. Doesn't care. I'm gonna dart you until you fall asleep. Although it's very hard to dart from up here. Needs to move there. There you go. We got it. So it's looking very red and black. Yeah, I realized I probably wasn't going to take it out. Now, here's what I did. I found a Ceratosaurus. I wanted to tame it. I'm like, yes, I'm ProC, Pro Ceratosaurus. I want a Ceratosaurus. And I looked up on AI. Never trust AI, guys. Never trust AI. I looked up, how do you tame a Ceratosaurus in Ark? And it says, you need to kill other Ceratosauruses to get the requirements to make that saddle. So, of course, I take out that Ceratosaurus. And it gives me the same basic stuff a turtle would give me. Speaking of turtles, there's a baby one. How cute is that? But, yes. AI made me kill a Ceratosaurus. AI made me turn on a Ceratosaurus. I feel really evil now. I shouldn't have done that. I should have, But the thing is, when I darted it, it looked drunk. AI did tell me that it could be in a drunk state. And I think you need, like, a special thing for it. So, I kind of believed it, you know, because it was in that, like, really tipsy looking state. It was just dragging around, and I'd put a lot of narcotics into it, so it made sense, you know. It was like AI was like, oh, let's craft a story that's somewhat believable, so he falls for it. And I did fall for it, unfortunately, and that Ceratosaurus has lost its life because of me, and I feel awful. And we're not gonna come across one for a while. I don't think we even will in this video. Maybe in another video, if you guys do want that. Once again, I did say I download the Rebirth T-Rex mod. If you guys do want to see me raising a Rebirth T-Rex, hollow down in the comments, and we might just make that video. If this one, of course, does get enough use. Now, we're going to expand this house, because I do want a second story, actually. I feel like that would be tough. We can't just have a little square house for the rest of our lives. We need, like, a roof and everything. So we're going to go for the second story, and then, of course, we'll have an attic on top with, like, a roof. I think that's the full goal. But just for now, we're going to focus on getting a second story with adding stairs here. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty neat. Well, kind of. It's not really fully built, but you know, it's still looking pretty fun. But anyway, I feel like we're going to be pretty focused on building this house for now. So, you know, we can't be talking about building this house for the whole time. So it's just you and me. I feel like maybe we can talk about recent Jurassic events that have gone down. I was pretty happy to see that Toy Carnotaurus and Compsoraptor got added to Jurassic World game. That was fun. I'm really glad I made a video on it. Did better than I expected. I did want to get this video actually out by that time. I hadn't recorded it. I'm actually recording it the day before I'm going to upload this, surprisingly. And I was really happy that released, because I was like, oh, thank goodness, I don't need to record the audio right now. I can just make a quick little Jurassic World the game video, and that did amazing. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, I did point out in that video, because that was the same day, unfortunately, Sam Neill had passed away. And I want to thank you guys for all those who respected my take on how I approached the subject, because I didn't feel like it would be respectful to make a video on that sort of topic. I know everyone grieves in their own ways. I just don't think it's respectful to monetize a video about someone's passing. You know, I just feel like that's a little bit weird. I do know some people have done that, and everyone can grieve in their own way, so I'm not gonna hate, but at the same time I do also think it's weird. If you're posting like 12 videos on someone who's just passed, are you really in it for the right reasons? I don't think so. And that's why I just said quick little you know, thank you to Sam Neill for all you've done in the video, but I didn't want to make the video about him because I don't want to be monetizing that stuff. I want to focus on the Jurassic news. I want to try and keep this place as positive as possible, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. I do know I get called like a clickbaiter every now and then, which is fun and stuff, but I have tried to clean up my act, you know. but I still get the TikToks every now and then. I pop up on my own For You page and it's like, ha, who's the biggest clickbait in the community? Is ProC or it's Swerve? No hate to Swerve. Me and him both comment on the videos and it's hilarious to, you know, at least you've got something to go through it with, you know, so it's pretty funny. I did used to clickbait a lot, I won't lie, so I will cop it on the chin, but I will say I am trying to clean up my act, you guys. I'm just trying to have fun out here on YouTube. You know, my main priority right now is just building games, actually, so I do just prefer to have a little bit of fun on YouTube. That's why I am making this Ark video. I was like, you know what, you guys deserve something, because I did dwindle down my videos quite a lot, I reckon. You know, obviously, like when Rebirth was coming out, because we would have content almost every day, especially during Dominion. We'd have content twice a day. I would be posting 2 videos a day when Dominion came out, because there was just so much going on. But with Rebirth, you know, there was a lot of content there. But the year before, I learned to just dwindle it down to 1 video a week, and views would be fine, and all, quite honestly, because in 2023 I was still trying to ride on the hype of Dominion and it wasn't working. So I'd be trying to make 1 video a day and it would be like a 40-second video. It would just be slopped, and that's why I think like I get that kind of clickbait title, because it was just like, oh, he's just making content for the sake of it. What a content farm. I don't really want to be like that. So what was it? I think it took me getting demonetized. I was like, did I seriously get demonetized for 3 whole months? This isn't great, you guys. This isn't great. And I was like, well, I don't really want to be making videos, you know, all the time. It's like, why would I be making videos? Like, I get the community. That's kind of the main reason I make videos now, actually, because of the community. But back at that time, like 3 years ago, my mindset was a little different. It was, how much money can I make off YouTube? Quite honestly, that's not the best mindset to have. I do prefer prioritizing what the community wants now. That's the reason I am still making videos. I'm not even in it for the money anymore, I don't think. I am just here for the community. My new revenue stream is making games, so, you know, I don't entirely need YouTube, but I do it because, you know, I think it makes a lot of people happy. If I can just make 1 person's day, that's enough for me. So I'm pretty happy I can do that. But yeah, what was I saying? Back in 2023, demonetized. I was like, right, well, you know, I still want to make videos for the community. They still deserve that, but I don't want to be making one every day. If, you know, if the content farm isn't farming, what's the point in farming, you know? So I dwindled it back to a week, and I realized, oh my gosh, views are actually still good, and I'm making much more high quality uploads that are like, you know, 8 minutes long at least. And I do know that is the monetization mark. It's a little bit scummy, but I think it's just funny at this point. I like to keep the 8-minute mark, but I'm doing an hour now because I want to see if you guys like an hour, and I feel like you guys deserve it, considering, you know, videos are only a week. I feel like I want to do this as a thank you for sticking that out, because this video itself is almost like 1 8-minute video every day for the whole week, pretty much. Well, that's like 56 minutes, and you're getting an hour out of this, so there you go. This is a week's worth of 8-minute videos plus 4 minutes on top. So you're welcome, guys, if you wanted that. I feel like I've rambled and probably said too much stuff I shouldn't have said, but, you know, this is my stance. This is what I'm feeling. I feel like we should go out hunting, because Junior's gone, and there's some Pteranodons right here. So let's get some Pteranodons, shall we, and get back to Ark. But no, like, for real, guys, I do think, I think it's more fun just doing YouTube, 1 video a week. It's less stressful, because I was stressed all the time in 2023. I was like, oh my gosh, what's the video today? Is there any news? But now it's just like, okay, I have a whole week to plan a video idea, and I'm pretty happy with that. That way, it can be way more quality and less slot for you guys, and I'm happy doing that. I want to put you guys first. That's where my priority is at. And of course, with the games, priorities are a little different. It's what is it? My 2 main games right now are the Tsunami ones with the kaijus and the dinosaurs, and those are pretty fun. I do like that people are still playing them. I really respect whoever's still playing them, so thank you guys. I am right now working on multiple more games to hopefully get out. Some have done well, some haven't done well, but I thank you guys, because I really wasn't going to spend real money on Roblox to advertise those games, but because I'd made those videos ages ago on the channel, it promoted the games enough that it got it into the algorithm, and it made enough Robux that I can just use those on ads to keep promoting those games. So it's awesome, thank you guys. But I have realized I do need a saddle, so I feel so bad taking out life in Ark, man. I know it's just a game, but oh my gosh, especially the turtles, they're so cute. And I am now realizing that was probably a mother turtle, and this one's probably a father. And I know I've just realized that, but I don't think it's gonna stop me, because I think I want that saddle more than these turtles want parents. And I know that is so evil to say, unfortunately. But those turtles will grow up. Hopefully nothing eats them. They'll be alright, you know. They'll continue on their parents' legacy. At least that's the thing, right, guys? Those parents got to have offspring, so they can continue on the legacy. I feel like a legacy is pretty important, you know. That way, you're never really gone. You're always at least around. And that's kind of what I feel like with... I probably shouldn't be talking about Sam Neill too much, but, you know, I feel like he got to live a good life. He's created a legacy with Alan Grant and all his media he's done. I watched so much of his media. I couldn't name them personally, but I know there's been things like, what, vampire movies and space movies he's been in that I've watched. But yeah, this is Jason, my Pteranodon, you know. I don't know why I named it that. I guess like the patterns on the face kind of reminded me of a Jason. I don't know, just the red and white, it looked a little cool. But we're going to be upgrading that weight, because I don't know if I can ride him just yet. And we're going to be seeing if we can tame that Oviraptor, because Oviraptor is tough, you know. But I don't think we will. Anyway, we want to level this Pteranodon up, because I can't ride it, so we're going to have to get it to take out some stuff. And I do believe I see a turtle up there. We'll probably need that if we want another saddle, because we're always losing our saddles. So we'll go and let Jason attack that turtle up there, and all should be good, hopefully. He's just having his fun up there, doing his... There you go, took out Carbonemys. Now, what is that? Is that a dodo it's attacking? Surely it shouldn't be taking that long to take out a dodo, right? You guys saw that. That was like a blue little dodo thing, right? Actually, I don't know why don't know why I'm LARPing at all. I know exactly what it is. At the time, I thought it was a dodo. But then I started to get closer, because I was like, why is this dodo not dying? This has to be the most tanky dodo I've ever seen. And then it got closer and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a baby turtle. I feel so awful right now. And then I realized I could imprint on it. I was like, look, it's the least you deserve. Calling you Leonardo, right? It's a blue turtle. Of course I have to call it Leonardo. It only makes sense. And I was like, I need to feed you. I need to get your health back up. Look at that. 200 health left out of its 1,200. I have no idea why a baby has 1,200. But I guess the armor is probably helping it, that turtle shell. So that's very lucky for you, turtle. I probably did unfortunately take out its parent. So it probably doesn't need a parent right now. And quite honestly, if I knew I could tame those turtles on the beach, imprint on them, I probably would have. But I didn't see the imprint button, but I did for Leonardo. So I am going to tame Leonardo, and he is growing up quite fast. I'm now understanding how Junior started to grow up so fast. But yeah, that is just amazing how fast that Pteranodon has grown up, and Turtle. But no, I got distracted because that was like a Tango Pteranodon. That was a cool pattern. But anyway, this guy looks like he's taming, and that's a much stronger than my basic guy. So we're going to leave that to go. Hopefully it tames. We're going to try and get Leonardo back to base, which you can see I've cut out quite a bit. We're climbing mountains and everything. I didn't realize Leo could actually climb mountains, but there you go. We see our DRX getting back to base, and oh my gosh, if you guys know turtles are slow, so this was one big trek just for a turtle, but I felt bad. I just, you know, I ordered my Pteranodon to attack a poor baby turtle after already taking out its presumed parent. So I felt bad enough. I'm gonna need a torch in here. It's pretty dark. We'll get to that. Can we light you up, please? Yes, please. Light the fire there. But yes, we've got a new bench now, so guess what? We can sit on it. That's great. That's great. Wow, a bench. I'm not too sure. For the realistic aspect, right, guys? Anyway, Leonardo, we're gonna get you in the pen with DRX, because you can't be sitting outside my house. We don't want you getting attacked by random trekkers like a Therizinosaurus. I feel like Therizinosaurus is the only threat in this biome. Whereas if we went to the desert, there would be like the Carnotaurus we saw before, the Megalosaurus. I do think maybe Megalosaurus, I've seen it in the jungle before. I remember in 2019 gameplay, but I feel like maybe I just tamed one and brought it to the jungle. I don't know. I do remember Megalosaurus had some special ability, because it's like, if you think about it, why am I taming certain things? Unless they're your favorite dinosaur, it's like, what is the point in taming anything besides a T-Rex or whatnot? But then you start to realize that Ark has put in the effort. They've given all their dinosaurs like specific abilities, and I think that is amazing, because what, the para forages for berries, probably. Triceratops forages wood, or like, you know, chops down wood, and Carnosaurus goes for metal. And then Megalosaurus has whatever its ability is. It might be like to boost surrounding tamed dinosaurs. I think it's that. You know, Pteranodon can send dinosaurs to sleep. That's an obvious telltale Jurassic Park Pteranodon reference, which is amazing. But yeah, I do see that there's a blue Pteranodon symbol. Doesn't look like we got the Oviraptor, unfortunately, but that blue Pteranodon means I have tamed a Pteranodon. I am hoping it is the level 41. I do know which one it is. It isn't the low level one. It was the level 41. So lucky me. Have a look at that, and it's level 59. So I assume your weight will be pretty good, because Jason is already only what, like level 25. So hopefully we can increase your weight by a lot, and I think you're going to be my main Pteranodon now, and Jason is going to be the following Pteranodon. What do we need it for? I'm not too sure, but I'm not going to just outright kill Jason, right? That's absolutely cruel. And Jason is part of the team. I do like having tribes of things in Ark, you know. I remembered, what was it? Because, you know the wyverns, right? I remember back in 2019, I tamed a few of those. I got like 1 or 2, and then I bred them, and I got quite a few babies, like 6. And I was just getting those dragons to follow me everywhere, because it was just aura. But I was playing on multiplayer servers back then, and unfortunately I brought those dragons along the wrong crowd, and they got obliterated by turrets and people, and the people were not happy. I brought 6 dragons. They felt very intimidated. And me being like somewhat of a noob, you know, I relied heavily on my friends to tell me what do I need to do to boost this in Ark. But thankfully now I can just you know, now that I'm on PC, because I used to play on PlayStation, I can just go straight to Google and say, what do I need to do in Ark? But anyway, it's looking like we're getting more stone structures, and I'm getting the sense that the Pteranodons need their own little stable, right? That's what this supply drop's telling me. So we're going to go back. We're going to, oh, actually, I see that supply drop. We're going to go to that other yellow supply drop first. We'll probably chop a bit of footage, or we'll just glide around, you know, a little bit, because it is quite fun, you know. I feel like I'm in the How to Train Your Dragon world with the Pteranodon just flying around, until they run out of stamina like that, of course, which is absolutely boring. But I get it, it has to be balanced, right? You can't just straight off the bat tame a Pteranodon and be the most OP thing in Ark, right? You need to tame the best things like Quetzalcoatluses, wyverns. Quetzalcoatlus, I feel, is like a top tier creature, because what, if you get that on a multiplayer server, and because you can get the platforms on it, right? And the platforms are amazing, because you can build bases on platforms. You can just go all the way up into the sky, and realistically, who's going into the sky if there's no resources in the sky? So you can just hide out in the sky, and if you go beyond the render distance, no one will ever see you. So I feel like Quetzalcoatlus is great. If we can get a Rebirth Quetzalcoatlus mod and put a platform on it, I feel like that would be the ultimate goal, you know, continuing 100 days in the Ark, trying to tame a Rebirth Quetzalcoatlus to build the finalized base. But we haven't even gone underwater. Maybe we'll need a Rebirth Mosasaurus and Rebirth Spinosaurus. I was looking for a Rebirth Spinosaurus mod, couldn't find it. But anyway, I decided you needed a name. This Pteranodon needed a name, and I was thinking, what goes with Jason? Jas. Jas goes with Jason. So we've got the double J's with us. The 2 Jas and Jason. So I think that's fun. And then off in the distance, I saw this bioluminescent outline. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Is that a massive turtle? Is that an Archelon? You know, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, maybe it's actually a giant Carbonemys, because why is this smaller Carbonemys? Well, not small, it's like a full-grown Carbonemys, but why is it following this Archelon? And my gosh, has this really put in perspective how big Archelon is? Because when I used to play, Archelon wasn't in this game. I do remember seeing something about there was an update for Arklon, like years later or something. I'm not sure how many years, probably wasn't even that long. But man, that Arklon is beautiful. I'm not taking it out, no shot am I killing that thing. That is amazing. Like, Arklon on its own is already great, but with the bioluminescence added is just absolutely fantastic, you guys. So, yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of stuff, we've got a lot of metal. We are at level 99, so we have unlocked the D-Rex engram. We're getting very close, but level 100 is going to take a little bit, because obviously the more you level up, the harder it gets to get XP for the next level. So we are still trying to get to level 100, but we're close. So it's within range, you guys can see. We've gone up to 50 minutes of this video. We're in the last 10 minutes. We can get 100, obviously, you guys. So we've got quite a bit of metal, and I've realized actually having 2 Pteranodons is incredibly helpful, because I can put metal in one's inventory and put one in another. Now, because it's the Jurassic Park 3 25th anniversary, I was like, how awesome would it be if we recreated the scene where the Pteranodons are attacking Billy Brennan in the water? Now, I do know it's a turtle, and I do feel bad for the turtle, but we do, at the end of the day, need that keratin. And look, there's the Arklon. I made sure to turn my Pteranodons to passive immediately. I do not want that Arklon attacked. It is too beautiful to get attacked. And as you can see, I'm putting that metal, like I said, in the bonus Pteranodon's inventory. That's kind of sad. I called the original Pteranodon the bonus one. Jason. I put the metal in Jason's inventory so it can carry it with him. One Pteranodon gets one load. The other one gets me with my metal. And we're back at the base just like that. So I believe we have got quite a lot. Now, the thing is, it's going to take a long time to smelt that metal into an actual thing. And the thing is, you need 2 metal ingots to make one full metal. Sorry, is it like metal ore into ingot? Right. So you need 2 of the ores to go into an ingot. And I've discovered with D-Rex, you need 250 metal ingots to make the saddle. And that is about roughly 500 metal ores. So, a long time. So, in the meantime, we're going to build this Pteranodon stable that I spoke about. And we're also going to build a little overlook on the top of my house, so we can look at the D-Rex without having to ride a Pteranodon, just for the aura, you know, for the vibes. I have noticed that I really don't have enough materials. It's looking quite awful, but you've got the basic outline. I'm going to turn this into a fully housed-in structure. Don't you worry, guys. It's not going to look like this with just the one ceiling, because that's horrendous. But there you go. We've got our Pteranodons in, and we are going to work on now finishing this. We've got some signs that we got from the supply drops, so I feel like, what are we going to name this? D-Rex and the Disciples, maybe? No, I just realized, of course, Dave and the Disciples is way better, because we have named him Dave. So there you go, Dave and his Disciples, his followers in his enclosure with him. And now, we're just, I think we're going to look for a bit more metal, because we need a little bit more, I do think. We hadn't fully got enough, because obviously, you need 500 metal ores, which is insane. I should have just gone back to the jungle and looked for other of those metal veins, because those dropped an insane amount of metal. I got like, what, 77 or 80 metal that one time. But as you can see, I've got like 200 metal there, so it's completely fine. And I think I've got enough to probably head back at this point, you know, because we had an insane amount of ingots, so I assume the ingots we could make with this ore is going to be absolutely insane. But anyway, you can take some, and then you can hold my complete weight, so we'll be all good. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it, guys. We've actually stuck it out. We did this, and I know I already recorded this footage in advance before I did the auto, but the fact I've gotten through another whole hour of rewatching it and doing the voiceover, it's quite impressive. You know, I never expected myself to do an hour-long video, but here we are. I've been very inspired. I've seen a lot of 100 days surviving the Ark, 100 days surviving Minecraft. I do really want to do 100 days like surviving D-Rex, Spinosaurus, Indominus Rex in Minecraft. I've seen a lot of videos on that. It's just, I've been put off a tiny bit because my Minecraft videos don't do too well. But I feel like maybe if I, you know, packaged it better with the thumbnail and the intro and the whole outcome of the video of what I want to happen, I feel like maybe we could pull it off. you know, which is, I feel like this Ark video is kind of a test run. Can we pull off that 100 days thing in other dinosaur games, you know? And if we can, we're going to open up to a lot more, you guys, a lot more hour-long contents, Minecraft, dinosaurs of Jurassic World, you know, then Ark, Jurassic World. We'll do some Evolution, Jurassic World Evolution 3, like 100 days. Because, what is it? I did start out the 100 Days series with toys. I know, but that was fun. And that ended up getting 19,000 views. So I'm eternally grateful for that. I wasn't expecting that out of playing with some toys. But that was good. And it's led to this video. I did make a follow-up toy video. Unfortunately, that didn't do too well. I think what makes the toy videos of 100 Days do well is if they're Hammond Collection toys. So I really need to get a Hammond Collection 100 Days video out. What I'm waiting for, though, is Hammond Collection Distortus Rex. And exciting news, guys. If you stuck around this whole time, I can tell you now, I've ordered the Hammond Collection Distortus Rex and Scorpius Rex off of Amazon. And they should be arriving 24th of July, which for me is in about 4 days. Super exciting. That's going to be the video for next week. I could almost guarantee. Maybe not. Maybe another bit of news will come up. But for now, it's looking like a review will be the video. And then if I decide, maybe we'll do the 100 days. But look at that. We got to bed. We got to bed. But yeah, I am quite loving 100 days videos. I'm pretty happy what they opened up on my channel. You know, I can just make some fun, entertaining videos for you guys. I can talk to you guys, you know. Because there is a little bit of grinding. I can't just always narrate what's happening in the game. You and me get a little bit of time to just talk to each other. And speaking of, if you want to talk to me, if you ever want to talk to me, just join my Discord, because I'm always responding to people in my server. I have started to avoid DMs, because there's been a few creepy people, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, you guys. Not everyone, of course. And if I've declined your DMs, it doesn't mean you're creepy. It just means if you want to talk to me, talk in my server. I don't like, you know, because I feel like if I allow people to talk to me in private, things are going to start to derail, and I don't want that to happen. So I'd rather just talk in a public open space, because really, what are you going to say to me that you can't say in public, you know? Like, if you want to talk to me, you can say it in front of other people. Otherwise, I would assume it's going to get a little strange. But, you know, that's obviously a bit different for people I'm more closer with in the community. Those people should know who they are if I, you know, do talk to you in private DMs and whatnot. But, yeah, that's basically me saying, don't be offended if I don't accept your DMs. Then again, the people who are doing that stuff probably aren't watching an hour into my video, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But yeah, I'm looking just now and I can't find the Derek saddle in here. I can find the Sabertooth one I unlocked, but there's no Derek saddle. So, using the magic of, magic, we've got a Derek saddle. I've decided to discard all of my resources that I had ready for the Derek saddle. And I have used commands to get the Derek saddle in. But I feel like it's fair because I had all the ingredients for it, right? And I looked it up on YouTube. How do you get the Derek saddle? I wanted to try and find every way. And I saw a YouTuber and they did exactly that. They're like, alright, we've got the resources. We'll just chuck out the resources. And personally, I'll just wait. I'm sure the resources have despawned by now. But, totally worth it, you guys. You know, totally worth it. Get a saddled up D-Rex. Obviously it's sitting down, so it's not doing too much. But, oh my gosh, we are in control of this world right now. Nothing is taking me out anymore. I'm going to need a Pteranodon to start flying around me, of course. So, and I have opened the gateways, because obviously I can't get Derek's out the regular gates. They're too small. But I have got a Pteranodon following me down there, and oh my gosh, this is just amazing. We've only got a minute left in the video, so I think we're gonna just quickly check out all the animations Derek's has. And if you guys have liked the series enough, we will continue this. We'll be using Derek's to try and find a rebirth T-Rex. That roar, fantastic. Oh my gosh, just love what this can do. So we can slam down with it. That's cool. I believe we can grab as well, like grab creatures. So we'll try and grab our Pteranodon if we can. What else can we do? We can do the bite. There's that. Can we get the... There's the grab. There's... Oh, no, that's the slam. Sorry. But, where's this, There's the grab. Found the grab. Okay, the sky's turned all red. But, we've taken a bite out of our own Pteranodon. Please don't kill my Pteranodon. Can we put down our Pteranodon now, please? Thank you. There we go. Alright. But, I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun on the Ark, and I hope to do more of this. So, yeah. That's the end of the video. Make sure to watch more up above, and I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.